Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I was asked on the impromptu live that Betty and I did, would I please show again on a video how to do this little journal insert that we're putting in our bag here. This is our little bag that we made from just a lunch bag. So that is, and then we made this little journal, and we made it Friday, let's see, was it Friday? Saturday night on our little live that Betty and I did. I will show you how to make that, and then we'll probably put a closure on this and show you how I'm going to close that up. Now, what I need to do is to make sure that my envelope is not, and this is just a junk mail envelope, that it's not longer than my bag here, or my little pouch. So this one will be a little bit too long, so we're going to cut some of this off on the end. And I have to ask you guys one more time to remember my family when you pray. My sweet niece passed away last night. She has been very, very sick, but so she got taken home last night to be with the Lord, and she's not hurting and not in pain anymore, so that's a blessing. But it still doesn't make it any easier on those of us who are left behind, because she and I basically kind of grew up together, because my sister, I was the baby of the family and I come along late. So my sister and I were like 14 years apart in age, and it's her oldest daughter. So you can imagine her oldest daughter and myself were kids together. I mean, we played together, grew up together, made playhouses together, everything. So it's kind of hit me today, since it's still real fresh with Whit passing away. But you know, I have to just know that God knows best, and He knows better than me. And Cindy was in a lot of pain, and a lot of, just for years she's been in bad health. So she just, you know, now she doesn't have to worry about hurting anymore. She's in a much, much better place than we are. Okay, I think I'm going to make this one out of the same paper as that. I do have a little bit of paper left. And I'm just going to put that whole piece on there. And I'm probably going to go ahead, I don't know if I'm going to leave my little flap on this one or not. It's kind of hard once you get it bulky to use that flap, so I think I'll trim the flap off. I just don't think we'll be able to use it. Now, it's better if you have an envelope that both sides, like this side and this side, is the same. You see how this one's got that little cut off? But I'll show you how we're going to fix that. You can always fix it. Oh, I don't think that's going to go in there to where I can trim it. So let's get my big trimmer. And again, you know, it's Monday, and it's not a day that I like to film on anyway, but then I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead, because it always makes me feel better when I do. So, and you know, Cindy or Whit, either one, would not want anybody quitting. I mean, they were both kind of alike. And truthfully, Cindy was one of Whit's, I won't say picks, but you know how some people have that little favorite that they just kind of get along with. She was my sister's daughter, and her and Whit just kind of hit it off right away when Whit and I got engaged. So they loved to cut up with each other. We went to church together for years and years. And so now the only thing is I'm a little bit jealous, because she's up there with Whit and I'm not. But I know they're having a good time. If they've even stopped long enough to realize that she's there. You know, he's probably still at the feet of Jesus worshiping, so he probably don't even know she's there yet. But, and I know that she's going to be at the feet of Jesus too. But yeah, it just makes me just a little bit jealous that she gets to see him again before I do. She couldn't come to the funeral because she was so sick. So, but now I know she's not sick anymore, not hurting, and not having all the problems that she had, so it makes me feel a lot better. We're still going to miss her like crazy. And her husband, remember him, they were very, very close. Her 2 children, her grandbabies, just remember all of them. And my sister just got out of major heart surgery not too long ago. And but they said, I talked to them this morning, and they said she was doing really good with it. That she knew that it was for the best, because Cindy had been so sick, and she had been so worried about her because she was so sick. And now she said it just eases my mind because I know she's not hurting anymore. Now, like I said, we've got an envelope that this side is really taller than this side, but we're going to fix this so that we can cover the outside like that. Now, I'm covering mine at a sideways. You could cover it up and down if you wanted. Whatever way you want to put your paper, that's fine with me like that. And I didn't get this on exactly straight, so I'll cover this with some lace or something. I'm not going to be too concerned about it right now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and trim that off. You could leave it a little bit longer and then just wrap it around if you wanted to. You know, wrap this to the inside and cover that little edge. All right, now we need to fix this to where it will be the same height as this one. Now, if this is a little bit too complicated for you and you'd rather just use 2 envelopes and put the 2 together and use this side use this side for both of them, that would be fine. I am just going to fix this part. So what I'm going to do when I start to put my paper on here is I'm going to make sure that my paper is the same height as this one here. I'm not going to cut it this height. Okay, so I'm going to glue it down all the way down on this side. I'm just going to use this whole piece, and then we'll trim off what we need to. Let's see how much it comes in. I don't think it's going to come up very far at all. So I'm going to put it down right there, right at the edge. And then, like I said, I'll cover this little spine piece with something else, maybe a little piece of lace. Now, I just grabbed the first envelope I come to. You could probably find one in your stash that, you know, comes all the way up and doesn't have this little piece in it, but it doesn't bother me. I'll fix it. I'll fix it and use it anyway. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to fold that back together. You see, I'm not going to trim it like this. I'm going to fold this back together, and then I'm going to trim right down through there, that angle. And then we'll trim this end off. And now we have both the sides that are the same. Once we cover this inside, it'll be plenty thick enough to hold everything up. And good thing I put it on right. I thought, oh no, I didn't look at that. I probably put it on upside down, but I didn't. So we're going to cover the inside, and I'm just going to use some of these scrap pieces that I had used the other night when we did that live. And I'm just going to cover this inside with those. You can use something completely different. You can cover the inside just with some coffee dyed paper, just whatever you want. And as you know, your envelopes are not going to be straight. These junk mail envelopes are never straight. And then normally when I tear, it's not too straight either. So just make sure that you get your paper lined up as best you can, so that it covers everything. I was thinking about it today, and I just don't know if... I know I need to go to her funeral, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. It's so soon. Every time I think about it, I get kind of sick at my stomach. So I'm not sure. I may just have to wait till the day and see. I know my sister will understand if I don't, but I just don't know. All right, and then on this one, let's see. I don't want to, yeah, I've got 2 of those. I can go, I started to say I don't want to cut this up, but I've got 2 of them, so I can go ahead and use that. Now, you could leave your little window open if you wanted. I just didn't want to do mine open, so, but that's up to you. And I'm just making sure that when I put them down, I've got all of my paper facing, you know, this is the top side, so that when you open it up, you'll have the paper the right way up. I'm hoping that's what mine turns out to be. Okay, now it looks like I've got this side trimmed a little bit different, so I'm just gonna make sure that they're evened up. And you could put it back in your trimmer if you want to do that. Just get everything kind of even. So there, that will be our little booklet right there. And now we can put some pages in there. Now I'll tell you what size, I don't know what size the envelope was before I started cutting on it, but this is 9, so it was probably 9.5. And then it's just, like I said, a junk mail. And it's a little over 4, so that's going to be about the right size that I'm going to need to go in there. But you're going to need to measure your bag just to make sure that you don't get it the wrong size. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure this paper. And then I'll just hopefully trim it all off at the same time. This may be all that I put in there. This is it's 5 sheets, so that'll be probably enough. This paper is made by Triple V Vintage. Triple V Vintage, and I'll put their link below. Okay, I'm just going to fold it up. And let's see, I think I want the green one first. Then we'll do pink, orange, green, and then yellow, like that. Now, if you want these little edges even, you can, put your X-Acto on there, trim it off if you want to. I usually just leave mine because I decorate everything anyway, so it doesn't bother me at all. Just decide which one you want to be the front, and I want that to be the front. So my little booklet will go in just like this. Or my signature, I should say. Let me get, sorry about my arm in your face. I rearranged my desk, and I may have to rearrange it back because I end up looking for things now. I'm just clipping this in so that I don't want it to get all messed up when I start to put my holes in there. All right, that looks pretty good. Let me grab my journal tool. Here's our journal tool. And this is the journal tool that I designed and Benji created with his Glowforge. Now, if you don't want your piece here to go really deep down in there to make a big hole, just kind of put your finger as to where you want it to stop. I want mine to stop about right there, so I'm just going to put my finger there. And then when my finger hits, it stops. That way, all of my holes are the same size and I don't get them too big. Because I'm bad, if I don't put my finger there, I'm bad about poking them really, really big. And I get them way too big. See, sorry. I had to put my arm in your face again. I'm going to have to move these. Up there above where I have to put my arm in your face is not a good place. And I'm just going to use some of our, this is a light tan thread. All of these supplies, I have people ask me all the time, where did you get your glue? Where did you get your glue tip? Where did you get your needle? Where did you get your thread? All of these supplies that I'm using, with the exception of this paper collection, came out of our store. We have a store that's linked below. And everything, the needles, the thread, the glue, everything that I'm using comes from there, other than the paper collection. The paper collection is Hello Susan, and she is on PayHip, and I will put her link below so you can go over and grab this or other collections. She has beautiful digitals. Okay, so for anyone new, as you've seen, I just poked my holes, and then I went in the middle, back up here, all the way up to the top, down, and then back up through the middle. Make sure this thread is on opposite sides of that one that comes down the center. Clip that off. Take your little clips off. And then I tighten it up, but I kind of look and make sure that the outside looks okay, and it does. So then I tie it. I usually tie a double knot because this is waxed thread, so you really don't need anything other than a double knot to hold it. Don't even need any glue, I don't think. I've never put glue on it, and I've never had it come apart. Tie a little bow in the middle. So there is that. Now you could round the corners on this if you wanted to. That would be cute. Just looking at it to make sure. Let's see. Why don't we just try rounding the corners to see what this one looks like. We did the other ones without rounding. We'll round this one. This is our corner rounder. Now, someone had sent me a message and said that corner rounder is no good. It doesn't work. Well, I'm going to tell you. First off, my corner rounder is about probably 15 to 20 years old. And it's probably very dull, and it's probably full of little pieces. But our corner rounders work great as long as you let your glue dry. You have to let your glue dry, or they won't work great. Now, mine would work great if I emptied it out, but look down in there. As you can see, mine's full of junk. I very seldom empty it. I'm a bad person when it comes to taking care of that tool. I have too many other things I want to do, or on my mind. Go ahead and put a little ink around it. That'll cover any little white edges that I might have. And then I'll put some ink here, but like I said, I'll probably put a piece of lace over that. So this will be my front right here. And then, as you can see, got your pages in here. Then you can just decorate as usual. I just kind of make little pockets in it, and you know, I use her little tags that comes with the kit, or you can use other tags that you might have in your stash. Just whatever you have. Use them. Let's see, a lot of these are going to be too big, but some of them you can turn sideways and use. But there's some in the kit that are the right size. It's just that one, I just happened to have it there beside me, so I was going to show you that. But yeah, use what you have. Pull in what you need. Doesn't matter. Just match it up. But see, isn't that cute? And there is all your pages that you need. And then you can tie this together with seam binding too if you want. But now we've got 2 small journals in there. That is cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and find something to close this with. I'm not sure how I want to close it yet. Okay, I'm going to close mine with an eyelet and some seam binding. So I want to find my center hole here. I'm just using our Tim Holtz ruler. And I'll just find a center spot. It looks about right there, I think. So put my little hole right there. This is our crocodile. Now this is an old one. The ones that we sell now are blue or teal. They don't make the pink one anymore, I don't think. I wish I had gotten a teal one, but I got mine way back when they first came out, long time ago. Okay, so punch your hole, and I'm using the big eyelet, so I'm on a big hole. And then we're going to put our eyelet in there, and we sell these eyelets in the store as well. We have the big ones and the small ones. And then we're going to crimp that down, crimp it down, crimp it down, crimp it down. Okay. Now, you don't need to press so hard. Some people say, well, my eyelets bend and they get all crinkled up. That's because you're pressing too hard on there. When you hear that thing go clink, when it clicks, stop. That's enough. You don't need any more pressure. As you can see, I've got a good seal back here, and I got a good seal up here. So that's all you need. Don't keep pressing on it, thinking that it's going to pop out, because it won't. It'll be fine. All right, let me get some seam binding that goes with this, and we will put some seam binding in there. Okay, this seam binding is from my scrap cabin shop, and I'll put her link below as well. And this is her Kiss of Fall kit, and I think there's probably some in here that's going to go great with that. As a matter of fact, that one looks pretty good. That's the problem is there's a lot of them that look good with that. Ooh, that's pretty too. And I like that one. So what shall we do? Put 2 in there? Why not? Let's try to put 2 in it. See what happens. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. Whoops, I just dumped out all my little pieces and parts there. Yeah, I like both of these with it. Well, she does some beautiful, beautiful seam binding. That's Erin at my scrap cabin shop. Now, the question is, how am I going to put this around? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to run it in as a knot. Do it like that. I don't know. Let me think. I might put me a little knot on the end here and see how that looks. If it doesn't look good, I can always change it up. I like when there's lots of seam binding to wrap around. Okay. Oh yeah, I like that. It's got more seam binding to wrap around. And then you could put a little charm on the end of your seam binding pieces here. If I can get a hold of mine. You could put a little charm on them if you wanted to and have them go through like that. Or you can just wrap it under like that. But that's it. It is finished. It is done. I will probably put some charms on this piece here. But that gives them lots of extra seam binding just in case they want to use it on the inside. And see, we have our little sweet little knot there that doesn't hurt anything. Now you could do this like this and do separate. You could do one this way and one this way if you wanted to. Come around like that. lots of different ways you could do this. And then you could just pull it up and make a little knot with it if you wanted. A little bow, I should say, not a knot. So you can do it different ways. Doesn't matter. But I just think that is super cute. And it has 2 journals in it. How sweet is that? I do think right here we need some kind of label. So I'm going to grab a label out of Katie's. And watch your emails tomorrow, because I will be sending out a newsletter tomorrow announcing our sale. And it'll also have some freebies in there. So make sure that you tune in for that. Or make sure you watch your emails. You know what? I don't want another label right there. So maybe... Nope. Let's just put a little bird there. The label just didn't look right since I had a label here. And another butterfly didn't look right since I've got all these butterflies. But we don't have a bird on here. So let's put a bird right there. And you could do lots more decorating than what I'm doing. I probably will before I send it out. But I'm just basically showing you how to make these. Then you can decorate as you like. So there you go. And I love the crinkle. Love the crinkle of it. And they can journal or write something on here if they want. Alright guys, that is it. That's how to make the little journal that goes inside here. Like I said, I'll probably go ahead and do more decorating, especially in the journal before I send it out. And I'll probably tie the journal with some seam binding as well. But I just wanted to show you guys how this was done. If you want to see how we made that first one, which is basically the same way we made this one, you can go back and watch the live. I know lives are not for everybody because we do a lot of chatting and talking and cutting up. But sometimes that's just what I need, you know. Just to talk to you guys where you can answer me right then and not have to wait on you to reply when you see a video and put it in the comments. But I know it's not for everybody, and it's okay if you don't watch. But we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.